बोट ओके।
हेलो दोस्तों, मैं हूं दिनेश की वोरा। आप सबका स्वागत है न्यूज टाइम और एसडीएस न्यूज के साइमलकास्ट प्रोग्राम के अंदर। दोस्तों, इलेक्शंस के ऊपर हमारी बहुत सारी चर्चाएं हो रही हैं और आज उसी चर्चा को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हम बात करेंगे मणिपुर में होने वाले इलेक्शंस के लिए। मणिपुर के इलेक्शन थोड़े से ट्रिकी हैं इस बार, क्योंकि बहुत सारे कुछ कांग्रेस और बीजेपी के अलावा जेडीयू भी इस टाइम पिक्चर में है। बाकी ट्रेडिशनल एनपीपी वहाँ की पार्टी जो है नागालैंड जो पीपल्स फोरम है वो भी है। तो एक कॉम्प्लेक्स टाइप की सिचुएशन है इस समय मणिपुर में। लेटेस्ट ग्राउंड के ऊपर इस समय मणिपुर में क्या चल रहा है, उसके लिए आज हमारे पास एक बहुत ही सीनियर पैनल है, वो भी मणिपुर से। तो मैं उनका तारुफ इंट्रोडक्शन करा देता हूं, लेकिन मैं साथ में पहले से तारुफ के साथ बोल देता हूं कि our panelists are free to use any language they feel convenient. They can speak in English, they can speak in Hindi also, both ways. एन सत्यजीत है हमारे साथ में, यूएनआई के चीफ हैं, वो भी इम्फाल से। स्वागत है आपका सत्यजीत साहब। हमारे साथ पॉयबल चावबा साहब हैं जो कि मणिपुर फ्रंटियर से हैं। स्वागत है आपका, वेलकम।
थैंक यू।
हमारे साथ हैं रिंग्स कुमुक चाम साहब जो कि इम्फाल टाइम्स के चीफ एडिटर हैं। सर, आपका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है।
थैंक यू।
मणिपुर के इलेक्शंस जो हैं 2 फेज में होते हैं और 27 तारीख और 3 तारीख, ये 2 फेज मुझे लगता है, जहां तक मुझे याद है कि ये 2 तारीखें जहां पर इलेक्शंस होने जा रहे हैं। मैं सबसे पहले आता हूं पॉजल चावबा साहब के साथ जो मणिपुर फ्रंटियर से हैं। व्हाट इज द ग्राउंड सिचुएशन सर राइट नाउ इन मणिपुर? How people intend to vote and who's having an edge there in particular elections and polling?
It's basically the same as what's happening across the rest of India in the so-called electoral politics. The situation here is not that much different.
Okay.
In the sense that it depends on certain factors like the party, political party you belong to. Either you're with the big national party or you're with the small regional parties. That is another thing. And the government in power, because Manipur obviously has a close association with the party who has power at the center. Of course,
Yeah.
BJP is there at the center. So this is the uh, fashion of a political fashion that we have over here, that whoever is there in the center, that we should keep in the state. So obviously last time in the 2017 elections, BJP came to power with only 21 candidate numbers. That was not the majority. So if you're asking me about what will happen this time, now that the BJP is in power, it is obvious that there will be a coalition government and they will not be able to have that majority as they predict. So there will be a coalition, but which party they will have a coalition with will be only after the poll concludes and the results are announced. But in the ground situation, I believe it is more like money, muscle power, and of course, as I had mentioned, the political party which you belong to. And the money, of course, plays a big factor in our local votes.
Okay. I'll come to Ring Sahab. Chawba Sahab has used the word money and muscle power. I think 2 days back there was a big news in Mumbai newspapers that a major ruling political party's goons are intimidating the people at the gunpoint to come and vote for them. Such kind of news are emerging from there, and I believe what Mr. Chawba has spoken basically, that money and muscle power, both things are being used. Is it very extensive in the nature, money and muscle power in the elections right now, sir?
Yes, definitely. There has been some report of like some rebel group being utilized. Rebel group, when I say rebel group, they are under suspension of operation or either under ceasefire with the government of India. So there are reports from some political party that they have been intimidated, you know, and there are certain reports about uh, uh, some rebel groups favoring the candidate exclusively, uh, the BJP and then the NPF, which is everyone knows what is the NPF, because it has an agenda with the NSA and IM presently ongoing ceasefire with the government of India. So there are reports. Reports are reports. Whether how genuine are the reports, we still have to verify. Even though they have these things submitted an application complaint to the ECI of ECI, and moreover, we have noticed a big rally organized in Chandel district, that is a hill region, where the armed rebel group, which is undergoing ceasefire with the government of India, uh, reportedly intimated their villagers to vote for some specific political party, that is the BJP. That's on record because there was a big rally, and uh, this shows that definitely there has been big some sort of muscle power being utilized for the coming to power, for getting election in some of the remote areas. When it comes to the urban area like Imphal, it is it is not only muscle power, because muscle uh, it is also about money power, and you know when when we talk about political party, that is the BJP, it is
Yeah.
still ruling here in the state of Manipur as well as in the state, in the center. So as both party, as the BJP has been ruling here, and then in the center also, almost all political party who are contesting, as per for the first phase, altogether 193 candidates are in the fray, and for the second phase, it is around 93, I think. Subject to correction, still I have to get information, because today is the last day for withdrawal of that. If suppose somebody will withdraw, then number may be increased, decreased. So here, when I say this, the only opponent, the only major opponent party is the Congress. It is a fight between the Congress party and the BJP. Other political party who are contesting uh, are, are trying to tell the voters that they are going to form government along with the BJP. That is their voting style here going on. So every political party, every candidate are looking after power. That is that they promise their voters that whenever they get elected, then they will go with the ruling government. That is the BJP, which is in the center. But
Mhm.
interestingly, some of the political parties, like the NPP and the NPF, still is quiet, but we have some source that there has been a good understanding between the BJP and the NPP, NPF. But
Mhm.
for NPP, it is a direct challenge to the BJP-led government, because they are expecting more number. Last time they got only four number. This time they are filling more seats. It's around 39. It's around 40, but one rejected and again one withdrew or rejected. I'm still confused, but it is 39 now.
Mhm.
Of the 39 candidate, they're expecting to get two-digit number. That is nearly 20 or the 30 or something like that. That is their expectation. But when we study the ground, they are surely to get they are surely to get near two-digit number.
Mhm.
There is one expectation that people are analyzing here, and the
Mhm.
JDU, which comes up last time, they don't feel any candidate. This time, you know, JDU has filled uh, 28 candidates for the first
28.
phase. So
Okay.
it's a large number. How come the JDU formed fill so many candidates? It's a matter that has to be discussed. And the JDU president Hankan Fao, there is a state president of the JDU. When I myself interviewed, no, during a panel discussion, when we discussed, he told directly that he will go, his party will go with the BJP after the election. He
Mhm.
will not, his party will never go with the Congress. That is one clear indication from the JDU leader that they are going to be hand in hand with the BJP after this election. It is only the Congress party that is left aside, and the
जी
NPP. If suppose they got a two-digit number, they are going to play a major factor, a big role in the formation of the next government. They might perhaps got the lion's share in the next government also because they played too well in the last election. Even after getting 4 seats only, they are the key player, and all the four got four ministerial posts. So this election is, a kind of it's an interesting because we are also almost most of the people who are politically sensible and who are political analysts. Most of the political analysts here talks that no political party is going to get a single majority seat or a magic number or forget about the absolute number. So the promises are promises. The Congress is saying that they will win more than 40 seats, and the BJP said they will win more than 40 seats. Even the NPP said that they will win more than 30 or something like that seat. So it's all about who play the game well, and the condition of the BJP here is also perhaps a little there before the announcement of the candidate list. They were better. They were much better than any of the political party. But after the announcement of the party ticket, the condition of the BJP has been lowered, and then the chances of winning more seats, as they have told to the media that they will win more than 40 seats, will be just an expectation, just a.
So it is going to be very
it'll never come. It'll never
yeah,
be in the post election. So after the declaration of the election, definitely who comes to power, it will be known. But the matter is that this BJP, there will be a BJP led government because political party are promising that they will never go with the Congress. But the Congress is also doing well. If they can cross 20, and then if they reach the number that they were before, because this time we are not expecting that number because uh, there were 28 Congress MLA won last election, but now it's only 12 left now. So how we are
doesn't
going to do that? They are going to do that is a matter to see.
डेफिनेटली आई कम टू सत्यजीत साहब। सत्यजीत साहब, रिंकू साहब ने तो बताया कि कांग्रेस की हालत तो थोड़ी खराब है, तो आपके हिसाब से क्या कांग्रेस इस पूरे के पूरे क्लिफ हैंगर के अंदर कुछ कमाल कर सकती है अपने कमिटेड वोट बैंक की तरह से? क्योंकि जैसे कि इनका कहना है कि पार्टी तो बीजेपी ही सरकार बनाएगी किसी न किसी का सपोर्ट लेके, तो क्योंकि सेंटर के साथ ही थोड़ा नॉर्थ ईस्ट की जो टेरिटरीज है हमेशा जाती हैं, तो आपका क्या विचार है? क्या कांग्रेस थोड़ा सा टॉपल कर सकती है क्या?
मैं सबसे पहले जो आपने जो बोला था वो तारीख थोड़ा मैं थोड़ा बताना चाहता हूँ कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने ये जो इलेक्शन डेट है इट हैज बीन चेंज्ड. It was earlier fixed on February 27 and March 3. Now it will be held on February 29 on and March 5. ये एक तरह से अच्छा है क्योंकि हम February 29.
But okay.
Or March.
I had not gone through that one. I think we had not reached here. 29th. Okay.
हाँ जी.
Okay. And 29th and second phase?
No, and 5th March.
5th March. Okay.
हाँ जी, 5th March. ये second phase 5th March में.
Any particular reason for that?
ये एक हमारे जो क्रिश्चियन भाइयों हैं, they had opposed this because on the first day of election it was a Sunday, and since Sunday is a religious day for the Christians, they had opposed holding of election on a Sunday. So the Election Commission of India they considered to their demand and changed the dates, both dates.
Okay.
एक तरह से हमारे हाँ तो ये 5 तारीख का ये हो गया. और यहाँ पे एक चीज है वोरा साहब की यहाँ पे जो इलेक्ट्रल पॉलिटिक्स है ये दिल्ली की तरफ देखता है हम लोग. वी ऑलवेज लुक टू दिल्ली में कौन है कौन नहीं है. तो आप देखेंगे कि जो अभी कांग्रेस नहीं है दिल्ली में, अभी बीजेपी है, तो जितने भी टिकट वाला है जो टिकट मांग रहा है वो सब बीजेपी की ओर चला गया। तो बीजेपी एक हैरान हो गया कि किसको टिकट दे किसको नहीं दे। तो जिसको नहीं मिला वो सब अभी रिको साहब ने बताया कि सब जेडीयू में चला गया। जेडीयू का अभी 29 सीटें जो पहले दे डिडंट हैव a single MLA in the last election. Now they are filling 29 and they are in a very good position because अगर if they get 2 digit में हो गया तो next गवर्नमेंट फॉर्मेशन में तो they will get all the good ministries. तो मगर मणिपुर में एक चीज ये है कि ये कांग्रेस और ये जो लेफ्ट है ये हम कभी भी नेग्लेक्ट नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि ये बहुत सालों से यहाँ पे दे हैव बीन रूलिंग। और ये और लेफ्ट जो पार्टी है एक जमाने में उनका चार चार जीता था। अभी तो कोई नहीं जीतता है, कोई भी नहीं है इसमें। देयर इज नॉट इवन ए सिंगल एमएलए नाउ। फिर भी हर एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में आप देखेंगे तो उनका बहुत अच्छा बेस है लेफ्ट का। तो लेफ्ट का कहीं भी आप चले जाइए, लेफ्ट केडर बेस्ड लेफ्ट जो है यहाँ पे लेफ्ट मूवमेंट बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है। जैसे कि हम लोग यहाँ पे इराबोट है जो लेफ्ट मूवमेंट को जो स्टैब्लिश किया मणिपुर में, इनका बहुत सपोर्टर है। और ये जो कांग्रेस है, कांग्रेस का भी बहुत जितने भी सीनियर मिडिल एजेस है, सीनियर एजेस है, दे आल्सो सपोर्ट कांग्रेस। इसलिए कांग्रेस और लेफ्ट और इस बार ये है कि कांग्रेस और लेफ्ट एक साथ जुट गए। अभी दे हैव यूनाइटेड, दे हैड फॉर्म एन अलायंस। कांग्रेस लेफ्ट पार्टीज जैसे कि यहाँ पे सीपीआई ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है। सीपीएम जो बंगाल में है वो यहाँ पे इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है। यहाँ पे सीपीआई कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग है, मगर बंगाल में तो सीपीएम है, मार्क्सिस्ट है। यहाँ पे सीपीआई वाला ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है। और सीपीएम भी है, सीपीएम सीपीआई और जिन्हें भी फॉरवर्ड ब्लॉक, ये सब एक कंसिडरेबल फोर्ट बन गया। तो ये मेरे ख्याल से ये काफी अच्छा टक्कर देगा इस इलेक्शन में। और हम कह तो नहीं सकते, मगर देखने में तो बीजेपी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग लग रहा है, मगर जो बाकी लोगों के दिल में क्या है ये तो हम 29 और मार्च 5 को पता चल गया। और रिजल्ट जिस दिन हम लोग का जो रिजल्ट आउट होगा मार्च 10 में, उस दिन पता लगेंगे। मगर मेरे ख्याल से कांग्रेस और लेफ्ट को हम ऐसे पुश आउट नहीं कर सकते। they will do very good also this time also.
One question I got for Satyaji sir, what is the number of floating voters there? Because in every state has got some floating voters who decide at the very end of the day that whom to vote. What is the number of the floating voters there?
एग्जैक्ट तो नहीं बोल सकते हैं कि एग्जैक्ट फ्लोटिंग क्या है, मगर हम ये कह सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे जो है ज्यादातर यहाँ पे फार्मर्स हैं और अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट बहुत ज्यादा है। जो हम फ्लोटिंग वोट कहेंगे वो जो आदमी है जिसका इनकम नहीं है। और जो कैंडिडेट्स क्या देखते हैं कि दे गो फॉर एन हंट फॉर दोस पीपल। इलेक्शन के एक दिन पहले उनको दे देंगे 500 1000 ऐसे करके फ्लोटिंग वोट्स। यहाँ पे जो अनएम्प्लॉयड है और जो भी फार्मर्स है जिसका इनकम नहीं है, उनको हम फ्लोटिंग वोट्स कह सकते हैं। तो मेरे ख्याल से ऑलमोस्ट 50% तो फ्लोटिंग वोट्स कह सकते हैं यहाँ पे। जैसे कि यहाँ पे तो टोटल करीब 20 लाख वोटर है, मगर हम उनके आधा तो हम फ्लोटिंग वोट्स कह सकते हैं यहाँ पे।
बहुत बिग नंबर है। तो आई विल कम टू चाबा साहब। सर, अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ। What is the impact of Armed Forces Special Power Act? There had been a lot of resentment in Nagaland, and then there had been some issues in Manipur also. A lot of illegal killings by the so-called security forces, and there has been resentment. And moreover, AFSPA is always extended by the central government, and every government which comes to the state, they say we'll repeal it. But ultimately, the repealing is not in the hand of state government, that is in the hand of so-called central government. So, whether this issue of Armed Forces Special Power Act is going to make any difference to the people's mindset while they go to the polls?
Very interesting question. See, AFSPA, we all agree, it's a very draconian and outdated act. But for God knows what, the state is also keeping the Armed Forces Special Powers Act since 1980.
Yeah.
Repeal will be very tough, but to revoke it would be in the hands of either the state government or the center. For example, look, during the Congress time, Armed Forces Special Powers Act was removed from 7 assembly segments because there was a huge uproar then and a protest against the APSPA many years back. So there is no political determination of our government at present because with the cabinet decision, they can revoke APSPA, which is entirely inhuman. But they do not do that, and it has not been in the manifesto because I think BJP has not released their manifesto yet. It might come out in a couple of days. God knows what they will put. But in 2017, I believe that one of the main topics that they focused for their election campaign was to remove Armed Forces Special Powers Act, ASFA. So that is not happening at the moment, as we see, but it's just a political rhetoric of some political parties that since APSPA is important, we will include that like the NPP have included it, the Congress have included it in the manifesto. So it's just mostly like political um, propaganda to use that particular subject just to get some political mileage. I think that's about it. And the public memory is unfortunately very short, like in the rest of the country. Once the festival of election is over, then there will be many things which comes into priority, and APSPA has become some sort of a, uh, I would say, from a time to time, what the politicians use, and sometimes the civil activists say that this is all happening because of ASPA as per the incident. And I think that's just about it. We're hoping for the best though.
Uh, there had been killings of innocents in Nagaland, and still Nagaland People's Forum supports BJP in so-called Manipur elections, or maybe it might come to their rescue when the formation of government is concerned, Mr. Chauba. This is a strange paradox where the people in Nagaland are opposing basically BJP and the central government and the armed forces also, and their own front in Manipur is sympathetic towards the BJP government or formation of BJP government. This is a strange paradox, isn't it?
Nothing is strange with politics and politicians. I'll put that very straight because we all generally know that what politicians say they will just change in the next few hours. It is the big question of sincerity of being ethical. So it is unfortunate that Mon district has seen 7 people being massacred, and of course the Nagaland government has urged for repeal of Armed Forces APSPA. But as their state chapter here, they have won 4 seats, and I think they are fielding the NPF are fielding 10 candidates, where they feel that they will get maximum support from the community. So these 10 candidates have got very good chances. Out of them, it is very clear that at least they'll get 5, 6 numbers in the hill areas. Now the question of what even my colleagues earlier was saying about the post-poll coalition government. If the BJP decides to join hands with the NPF, as they are doing right now, who knows what will happen? But as of political alliances, I believe that politicians itself the only want to go to where the grass is green. For example, like the Congress party, the chief of the Congress, Mr. Govindas, he joined the BJP, and the Congress loyalists like RK Imo of the Congress, and many people are there. So even it's not only with the NPF or other, but it is illness which is afflicting the political situation of India. And also that affliction is a problem here in Manipur of not being true to the constitution of the party, neither to care about the people, or the policies, but rather it's more about caring for yourself and elevating your personal status, and of course the money factor. That's about it.
That's correct. That's correct. Uh, I'll come to Ring sir. Uh, I have not asked this question deliberately to Mr. Chauba about the detention of activists and journalists in Manipur, which had been a major issue for last 1 year. I'll ask this question to you actually. Does it have any impact on the ground when people get detained by the government illegally, rather, or on the charges which are frivolous one, which are not proper, and then people tend to suffer? Do such kind of things become an issue in the election, at least in some constituencies?
Okay, before I answer that, let me have a correction. The
Yeah.
date for the first phase poll is 28th February. I think Mr. Sekajit has a little bit mistaken. It should
Okay.
be 28 March.
Yes,
28th
yes,
February
28,
is the
28,
first phase poll.
28th
Yeah,
February.
and 5th March is the second phase poll. So
Thanks for correct.
coming to
Thanks for
Yes.
correct.
coming to your question, you know, any issues that is happening in the state of Manipur, whether it may be the ILP issue, it may be the human rights issues, or the boundary issues, territorial integrity issues, whatever issue it may comes. I don't know why this election it cannot be it cannot be connected with this upcoming election.
Hmm.
Election is something that which people even the BJP still is not publishing its manifesto. People don't go on issues. People don't believe in whatever. But it is a personality oriented candidates are selected on the personality oriented basis.
Hmm.
That is one thing that has gone wrong with the political system of India. Let me, frankly speaking, the electoral politics and the issues remaining with the people. Say, for example, detention of so many youths for violence. They say that these are the simply uh, for writing some specific words in the YouTube, in
Correct.
the channel like the social networking site Facebook. They used to arrest anybody. They used to threaten, and some of them were not even filed with a FIR, and then they were released after threatening, intimidation. These are the things happen, and some are detained under NSA.
Hmm.
We all know that, but this has never come up as an issue. 1,528 people were, murdered in cold-blooded manner under the shadow of the Armed Forces Special Power Act. We all know that. Even the Supreme Court has known that. Even the central government has known that, and the center has been directed to, prosecute those guilty as per the law of the country. But the central government is not sanctioning, is not issuing any sanction for prosecution to those guilt personnel, whoever, whether they may be in uniform or so and so. These are being protected under the shadow of the ASPA. ASPA was a big issues in Manipur, but when it comes to the election, people forgot ASPA.
Hmm.
People are not highly literate, politically literate, and they were, because why this happened is number one. The system itself is one factor that made the people, shut their mouth and then remain quiet to whatever action has taken by this political party or politicians or anybody whoever. And you know as I mostly I told whenever such kind of discussion comes, I always told that whatever rights we have to get, whatever things we have to get, we simply those ruling thought that we are being we are being given by them those
Hmm.
things. For example, the rice, PDS rice. It is our right to get a PDS rice. It is our right to walk in the street. It is our right to drive vehicles at night or anywhere. It is our right to express. There is a freedom of expression and speech in the Constitution of India. even though there's no such thing that praise is mentioned, but all citizens of the country have the right to speak, have the right. The voice of dissent is needs of the running the democracy. Everyone knows that. But these things, when it comes to the issues, people almost forgot what happened, and then it cannot be connected with the political system because it seems that people have it's becoming a joke. This democracy is becoming a joke when it comes to the election. But for God's sakes, it might be by the blessing of the God that we got we have chance to select, got elected some literate person, educated person, politically civilized person. Some are there at least. So it is our luck. It was our destiny that we are here. But to be precise, uh, nothing is being connected with what is the real issues and the things, because people uh, even don't go for the manifestos. People don't go for the election
Yeah.
manifestos, and
Yes, yes.
people don't discuss on why this government is doing this. It is all about money. Whoever is in power in the center and whoever is in power here, when the BJP government come to the center, definitely it takes not much time to form a government here, BJP led government with minimum number.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
Largest
you are
single
right.
last was Congress last time.
Yes, yes,
This time
yes,
was
yes.
these are happening, and this time too, it is all BJP. It is almost. Let me tell you, almost all the candidates, except for the leaving aside this Congress and its alliance, they are saying that they will form government along with BJP. This is a word, and people are believing in them, going along with that. This is what is
Okay.
happening here in Manipur.
So in the last segment of the program, now I'll come to Satyajit. Satyajit, what
हाँ जी
happens कि normally सारे discussions जो यहाँ पर होते हैं मुंबई में, दिल्ली में, they all get confined towards the big states actually. But
हाँ
we
जी हाँ जी
at News Time always think कि इंडिया की सभी स्टेट्स इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, उनको वेटेज मिलना चाहिए। इसके लिए हम लोग मणिपुर पे भी प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं ताकि लोगों तक जानकारी पहुंचे। हमारा राज्य है, सुंदर राज्य है, ब्यूटीफुल अपना स्टेट है ये मणिपुर एकदम से। इट्स अ स्टेट ऑफ ब्यूटीफुल पीपल आल्सो। और उनकी क्या राय है, उनकी क्या सोच है, वो किस दिशा में सोचते हैं, इसके लिए हमने ये प्रोग्राम्स कंडक्ट करने शुरू किए हैं मणिपुर के ऊपर ही। तो लास्ट सेगमेंट में आपका मैं एक कमेंट जानना चाहूंगा कि क्या मणिपुर भी वैसा ही सोच रहा है जैसे उत्तर प्रदेश या उत्तराखंड या गोवा सोच रहा है, या उससे थोड़ा अलग सोच रहा है?
मैं यही कहूँगा कि यहाँ के जो लोग हैं, ये आपने पूछा कि इसको पकड़ लिया तो आप बीजेपी क्यों 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 सपोर्ट करते हैं? अगर हमको पकड़ लिया तो हमारे चावों को पकड़ लिया क्योंकि कि देखिए यहाँ पे जो लोग हैं, जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि मोर देन 50% पीपल they do not have access to the administrative setup. They do not have the infrastructure to go to court, to go to police station, or to complain any of the problems. So what the voters are looking for are candidates to whom they can approach after they win. कि ये बोलेंगे कि मेरा ये रिश्तेदार है, ही इज लिटिल क्लोज, अगर मैं पुलिस पकड़ लिया तो मैं उसके पास जाके बोलूंगा तो ये सुनेगा। तो यहाँ पे जो प्रॉब्लम है तो ये यही मुद्दा है कि कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया तो कौन मेरी बात सुनेगा। तो यहाँ पे तो पॉपुलेशन भी इतना ज्यादा नहीं है, वोटर भी इतना ज्यादा नहीं है, इसलिए जो भी वोट लेता है देता है तो यही देख के देता है कि ये जीतने के बाद ये मेरी बात सुनेगा, मेरे बहन के शादी में आएंगे, मेरे फैमिली में कुछ हो गया तो मैं उससे अप्रोच करूंगा तो ये हमको प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे। ये पहला मुद्दा है यहाँ पे, कि ये नहीं है कि यहाँ पे हिजब का इशू है, फिर आर्टिकल 370 है, ये तो दूसरे लेवल में चला गया। यहाँ पे हम लोग वी आर फाइटिंग फॉर आवर बेसिक ह्यूमन राइट्स, बेसिक ह्यूमन डिग्निटी, राइट टू लाइफ। हम लोग जीने का सोच रहा है कि अगले दिन हम ये नहीं कि उठा के कोई मार देगा, और एनीबॉडी कैन बी अरेस्टेड एंड किल हियर। सो हम लोग यही सोचता है कि अगर हमको कोई उठा गया तो हम हमारे जो एमएलए साहब है, हमने उसको सपोर्ट किया था, उसके पास जाएंगे तो ये पुलिस को बोलेंगे, आर्मी को बोलेंगे, हमको he will make them release me. So this is the main issue here. कि हम क्या खाएंगे, बिकॉज वी आर वेरी बैकवर्ड financially, economically, communication-wise. We are in the easternmost corner of India, and we do not have any basic structure, basic facilities here. Even people are celebrating that कि in the border area railway आ गया यहाँ पे. Forget about the capital city कि हमारे border पे असम के border जिरीबाम में वहाँ तक railway आ गया है. तो वहाँ से तो यहाँ तो एक दिन का रास्ता है. It is a journey of one day, and government is celebrating it like if they have conquered the moon कि मार्स जैसे कि गया है, जैसे कि बॉर्डर, and this is going on for every election कि ये हम जैसे कि सपोज अगर मैं कोई पुलिस उठा के ले गया तो मैं आई विल नॉट बी against the ML against the candidate, but I will support the candidate who arrested me. In case if I am arrested again, he will release me. यही मुद्दा है, मैं बोलूंगा.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल आपने सही कहा, और ये मुद्दे आज लोगों तक पहुंचे हैं. और एक मुद्दा जिसको कि मैं बहुत दिनों से एक अलग प्रोग्राम में उठाऊंगा, जिसके बारे में मैं बहुत फील करता आया हूं, मेरे बहुत सारे आर्टिकल्स भी हैं उस पे न्यूज़पेपर में, दैट इज हैविंग द standard time zones in India so that the northeast people can be given the right kind of time. Absolutely, क्योंकि वो टाइम का डिफरेंस इतना ज्यादा है जिसकी वजह से एनर्जी लॉस होता है, पीपल सफर ए लॉट, एंड आई नो हाउ a very early morning sun is rising when we are sleeping and sun is rising in the east there. It is a very big issue, but nobody talks in India because we have got the, I think the governments which are having the least you can say scientific, you can say temper they have got. बिल्कुल साइंटिफिक टेम्पर है नहीं उनका. तो इसके ऊपर एक दिन मैं बात करूंगा और आपसे भी बात करूंगा, नॉर्थ ईस्ट के कुछ और एक्सपर्ट्स को लेके आऊंगा साथ में. इट्स ए बिग इशू बट नोबडी केयर्स फॉर दिस वन इन इंडिया एक्चुअली. सो दोस्तों, ये था मणिपुर के ऊपर हमारा एक स्पेशल प्रोग्राम, हमारे खास तौर से वरिष्ठ पैनल के साथ में सत्यजीत साहब, चावबा साहब और रिंग साहब के साथ में. और आप सबका शुक्रिया अदा करेंगे और उम्मीद करेंगे कि मणिपुर के सभी लोग मतदान करने जाएंगे, वोट करने जाएंगे. किसको वोट करना है वो हम नहीं कहेंगे. प्लीज गो एंड एक्सरसाइज योर राइट ऑफ वोटिंग. गो एंड एटलीस्ट वोट देयर. दैट इज आवर रिक्वेस्ट टू यू. सो विद दीज वर्ड्स वी विल टेक द परमिशन फ्रॉम यू. और सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सबका, आप हमारे प्रोग्राम में आए. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. और दर्शकों का, व्यूअर्स का भी बहुत बहुत थैंक यू.